establishment, or corporation, organization, anything that hasn't stood up on what's going on in the black community until now. Everybody, we boycott everything. That's your job to do. Your job is to do that. I'm telling you what we do.
What does it look like?
That's your job.
Oh,
to
it's
do.
still blinking.
You know what I'm saying? If you want to care and you do it, that's for your job to do. I can't do it all.
What's number 4? What about $20 minimum wage in Seattle? $20.
I say that the cost of living in Seattle would go down.
So what's the minimum wage be?
I want the areas. Number 5. I want the areas that have been gentrified to be de-gentrified and black people be filtered back into their community.
That's number 4. That's number 4. What's number 5?
It's stable? Alright.
Yeah, I'm born in I was born up the street at Group Health Cooperative in Mount Kaiser, Peninsula. I was born there, October 13, 1987. My grandmother's house was in the CD, 210 28th Avenue South. All my memories there, everything I know is right there. My whole family, 40 plus years of family, all right? Because of property taxes and the way that they make the poor get out of their own neighborhood, she wasn't able to upkeep on a fixed income. After she worked at the Juvenile Justice Center, she worked there for all these years just to not be able to even afford to live in her own house. That's how you treat your civil workers, your civil servants. Like he said, you need to have systems set up with pensions. Every job should be equipped with a pension and minimum wage, period. Health care, dental care, we should all be able to live equally.
So set up a system for black development.
Like a politician out here, man.
Hey, I said number 5 is develop a system for black development. Number 5, develop a system.
My whole point of that is for us, for a system, for our economy to show that they care about what we're talking about. I call for America to have their top companies be black-owned businesses instead of corporations that are disconnected from the people. We need a shift in the power. Hold on, bro. Hey, bro, you can't come over here with that drunk shit, bro. Bro, don't come over here with that drunk shit, bro. Please, bro. We out here trying to do something, bro. We don't need nobody drunk, man, messing up the message, bro. Please, I ask you nicely, bro, if you're not going to come over here on some cool stuff, please.
I ain't talking.
Why am I talking? Because I'm a black man talking about Black Lives Matter.
Chill.
Chill. You don't need to be here. You don't need to be here. That's infiltration.
I know, let them handle
We were just talking about infiltration. He should have never been able to even make it this far.
Okay, now back to what you was talking about, though. Back to what you were saying.
For us to fix the economic structure, we need to reposition black people as top companies in America. We need a shift in the power.
So, I know from you guys working 4,500 companies. If you don't, your mom and dad do. So when you go home, talk to your parents and say, hey, Mom, Dad, do you have like a vice black president in your company? Root for that black person to be a woman, a man. Get them up there. Because they're going to give you a job, and that's going to be biased. They're not. You know when you go down to Harvey Hospital, all them pictures from like back in the old days, they're all white. And I go over there with my kids, I say, don't worry about the kids. When you guys get older, change the dynamics. Give everybody the opportunity. So when your kids go there, you see everybody on the wall. I love everybody.
It can't just be me. It can't just be me with the demands that we need to do of what we need to do to change what's going on. We can't come out here and just talk about dumb shit.
No, we got some demand. We on number 8. We on number 8.
I don't got time for anybody
who's
going.
This is real.
Listen, I don't
give it to
have
them
time for anybody coming out here with megaphones and stuff, just talking with nothing positive to actually say after. Just for someone want to be seen. Anybody. I've seen it hella times since I've been out here. It's sickening.
Past tense.
It's sickening. So right now, what I want people in the audience to do is I want to hear things from you. What do you guys want to see us do? What do you want to see change? Because what we care about is what you care about. Because if you don't care about what we don't care about, what we care about, then you don't care. So we need to know that you care too. Even if it's just you being in agreement to everything. That's strong. That's the strong part. That's the strong part. We have to be ready to stand up.
Voting for him.
You want to speak? Step up.
The main thing they need to
Go speak. Go speak.
is
Now we're talking about demands that need to be met.
yeah. There needs to be
Speak up so
a
we can hear.
responsibility to intervene for every single cop.
You forgot the name of the first thing is the apology. We're not going to take it. We're done trying to let them take responsibility.
Sir, I respect you. They already have an obligation to report. They don't, and the people who try get fired. That's it.
That's why we need to abolish the system. So that's the answer for that. Pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention. Because I might not go into depth. Sir, I don't want you to feel like what you're saying is inadequate. Yeah, hell yeah, my voice is killing me. Oh, man. Get this man some water.
Water over there.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, it's locked on. Alright. I'm tired. I shouldn't even be out here. I gotta be in absence. I need to be at a dinner somewhere. But I came out here in pain because I'm in pain anyways. Whether it's toothache or not, I'm in pain. I've been in pain. My people been in pain. Alright, so I feel obligated as a black man, seeing all these able-bodied people who aren't black showing up and showing support. I feel like as a black man, it's my duty to show up too. Give yourselves a round of applause. Aren't you guys happy to be a part of history? Now listen, remember, this will not go in the history books if we don't get changed, because this will fizzle out. This will be forgotten unless we have change. We need to vote. We need to vote and have our own people. We need to have our own system set up for the police to be trained in. Therefore, we can ensure the safety of the people. The protocol is not working. For me, it looks like they have a license to kill niggas. That's what I see. I'm not okay with that. We have to teach our young black sons and daughters, cousins and stuff, nieces and nephews, we have to teach them to be scared of the cops. We have to teach them to be totally compliant. And then even in that case, they still will die.
Fuck that.
Why are we teaching our kids this instead of correcting the issue? We also need to I'm gonna get louder. I'm gonna get louder.
Hell yeah!
From all of us at Revolution Staging, a worker-owner co-op, the first worker-owner co-op in our field.
Yeah!
Your life matters, sir. We want you to know that. So here's the mic.
Thank you.
All right, people. For those who don't know me, I'm Magic. I'm Magic. M-A-G-I-K. I'm Magic. All right.
My brother has been out here until his body aches. He was out here for 11 days straight. I've heard my brother being called the police and saying that he's trying to do things for personal gain because he brought his Tesla and his own PA system out just to speak to the people. All right? Now it's my turn to step up and do it for him. I want y'all, in love for Red Simone, I want everybody to go, ma, ma, ma. Ma, ma, ma. Ma, ma, ma.
Yeah, I am my brother's keeper. Okay, listen. Let's go back over those demands. What do we have so far?
All right, so far, we've got number 1, abolish the Seattle Police Department and the local justice system.
Number 1, abolish the Seattle Police Department and the justice system. Starting from the bottom, all the way from the clerks on up to the judges.
Yes, sir.
We need to make sure the system is for the people. That it protects the people and gives accountability to the other people who normally would get away with things they shouldn't. My bad, I'm thirsty. I've been doing all this and just yelling. All right, number 2.
All right, this seems more like a demand for all of us here standing here, but this, basically, I just wrote stand together. We all need to stand together to make all of these things happen.
Which
Just like
and what we mean by stand together is,
you tell them.
I seen a lot of people in Cal Anderson Park where all this protest is going on, right? And they're just eating lunch like it's normal. They're just chilling like it's normal. Go the fuck back home. Go the fuck home. If you're not out here for the people that are out here putting their lives on the line about what's right, go home and show us your fucking racist, your colors. Let us see it. Number 3. Nah, bro. Listen. I already said it. I just said it. If I'm not gonna take extra time out to explain stuff that you can look up and you can think about and let it marinate. All right. If you don't get it, ask a fucking black person what that means, and they'll let you know. But ask it in a respectful way where they'll feel comfortable. I'm not out here to try to educate. Right now, we're talking about solutions. Educations on what we mean by stay together and what we mean about Black Lives Matter. You need to figure that out on your own. Number 3.
Number 3 what I got written down. Boycott all Fortune 500 companies and all the companies owned by the Fortune 500 companies, as well as just anti-black companies in general.
Every company, from the biggest to the smallest, that support the police and the institutions in the system that has been set up to bring blacks down and keep blacks in positions of power and to benefit off of us in our culture. This is including the record labels. Everybody. We need to boycott them and stop giving our money because they have the power, because they have the money. We have the money, so we give them the power. We don't give them our money, they don't have no power. We need to boycott all of these type of establishments and companies, Fortune 500 on down. If you just started trying to really care about black people now because the nation is standing up, you're on our shit list too. You're gonna get it too. You're gonna get it too. The thing about time, it never stops. So we can go back and check. We can check pre George Floyd and check and see what you was doing for the black communities. So it's our responsibilities as Americans to boycott all of those companies because that's the way that the civil rights movement was successful in the first place. But we're taking it to a higher level because we're not going to be given a compromise. We're taking demands or we're going to stand up. Next question.
Degentrification of the city of Seattle.
We need all of the areas that have been victim to gentrification across America. Not just Seattle, across America. We need them to be de-gentrified, and we need to see black people put back in their neighborhoods and put in positions where they can live in harmony. Number 5. Yes. Right. Exactly. So we need to have people of color, black people, as people of authority in the stock market. I mean, not the stock market, in the real estate market, to be able to get people back in them places and really show social equality by letting people be able to live anywhere. I don't think this was on there, but I'm gonna add something. We need to abolish any neighborhood in our state or city that is anti-black. That means Broadmoor. That means any other place in Washington that won't let you be black there. There's places that have rules that black people can't go there. Right here in our city.
Talking about redlining.
It is the fucking disgusting.
It is a historic practice.
It's disgusting.
In America.
We need to abolish that. They need to be held accountable. We should be down there protesting in them neighborhoods and making our fucking presence felt. Because they're sitting comfortably while we're out here on the front lines and they're at home like, well, it doesn't bother me because I don't have to see. What's that? I mean, the reason that, look, before you came here, let me tell you something. I appreciate your PA system, but I'll give it back if you want it. What I was doing before you got here was making up a list of demands that we want here. So, the whole time, before you came up, what I said was, if anyone in the crowd has anything to say, I said, if anyone in the crowd has anything to say that they can see as a demand that we need to make for us, to please come speak up. Is there anybody?
I'm gonna go around.
Hey, how many of you actually live in this neighborhood? Fuck yeah. Okay, so a lot of you know that at 8 p.m. every single night, I go out on my porch and I fucking howl my heart out.
Wait a minute. Let's stay focused. Is this something that's going to be a demand that we need to make? Because that's I'm just saying, but that's not what we're here right now, do you? That's not what we're here right now. This is the
Look. This is the thing. It's okay that you want to get yourself heard and stuff. It's okay. But right now, what we're talking about is what we need to fucking talk about. Let's stay focused. If it's not about the demands that we need, keep it for later. But right now, that's the discussion right now. As a black man representing us, this is what we need to talk about. I'm tired of getting pushed in the direction of other things. Let's stay focused. Let's stay focused on what's really going on. Because at the end of the day, when y'all go home, I'm still black. At the end of the day, I'm still black. And it is time for us as black people to lead the charge and say what the fuck we need. I'm not listening to nothing else. No disrespect to anybody. But we're tired of listening. We're tired of being deferred from the fucking problem. We're tired of being distracted. Let's stay focused. If you can't be on focus with us, you should leave. We're here for one thing and one thing only, because Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter!
Hey, next question. I mean, you said you had did you have something? A list of a demand? That's okay, listen, another demand for someone in the crowd.
Yep. We'll get Trump to resign right from Seattle.
My name is Rami Khalil. I live here in this area. I think the three demands that a lot of organizations have put forward, like Nikita Oliver. Who here knows Nikita Oliver? Let's give her a shout out. She's part of the COVID-19 Mutual Aid Network. She and like 15 other organizations representing communities of color, they came up with three demands that I personally think are great, and I know a lot of protesters think are great. And I know many of you know them, but it helps to just go over them so that we keep the pressure on the mayor and the city council to agree to these three demands. The first one is defund the police, right? In the list of three demands, it explains that the police are by definition designed to oppress black people. It is not an accident that every few days a black person is killed. It's not even every few days. It's 3 a day. It's 1,000 people in this country every year are killed by the police, and most of them are black people. That's not an accident. That's not a random bad apple. The police are designed to uphold a social system that oppresses black and brown and poor people. Am I right? So number one is defund the police. We don't need to be funding a system of oppression. We need to take that money and spend it on health and human services that are community-led. That's demand number 2.
Hey, listen. He's staying on subject. He's talking about demands. Write these down. All right, come on. What's your last one?
The Seattle police budget, do you guys know how big it is?
$300 million.
It's $363 million.
Oh.
409, maybe my figure's outdated. It's approximately 1/3 of our city budget. Our tax dollars, 1/3 of it goes to the police. And every year, the mayor and the city council pass that budget, and there's very little scrutiny, very little accountability. It's one line in the budget. All the other departments, they requires long lists of explanations how they're going to spend the money. The Seattle Police Department puts one line: we want our 1/3 of your budget with no explanation. So the demand number 2 is to take that money, half the budget, not just the mayor already agreed to reduce the budget a little bit. Our movement isn't just wanting a small chunk of the police budget. We are saying half of the Seattle police budget needs to go to health and human services.
No. We don't want them to have any budget. Let's get it straight. We don't want them to have any budget. All right? And this is why I wanted to stand here to make sure. Because in the corrections from the black guys, they don't need any money. All right? So look, I'm not down on anybody. We've had all these times and different instances where people can share their piece on it. Right now, we're talking about demands. Real demands. That if we don't if are not met, then we will continue to flood the streets. We will continue to boycott their companies and hit them where it hurts, in their pockets. Wait a minute.
My name is Itch the Aliens, and we're talking about demands, right? I said we're talking about demands, right? One more time. We're talking about what? Demands. What? Demands. My number one demand is change. Who's with me?
Details.
What's that demand? Change. What's that demand? Change. What's that demand? Change.
Bro, listen.
Details. Details. He's having a moment.
Don't worry about it. Keep speaking, brother. Keep speaking.
See, we're here as a family right here. We're one team. We're coming together with one voice, and we have one message. And that is change. That is what? Change. That is what? Change. One more time. Change. Give me some fists. I want a bunch of fists. I want a bunch of fists. Now we're talking about this change, and we're talking about a program of action. There's a group of leaders that we've been meeting on the daily basis to come with change. Now what we're working on is identifying leaders within the community. Those leaders need credentials. Those leaders need to be known. Those leaders need to share truth. Now, and I see a bunch of leaders. Everyone with the fist in the air is a leader. Just because I'm here with the mic, that doesn't make me any different from one of you guys. You guys are leaders, and we want change, right? Don't put those fists down. Don't get lazy. Don't get lazy, because that represents a hard fight. Because trust me, I am tired. I'm not ashamed to say I'm tired. I'm hurt. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Say that.
I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. Let me hear you say it. I'm sick and tired. One more time.
Say it again.
Ella Baker's word.
One more time.
Come on.
Mike's off.
Get it twisted. You lost with you. I just want you to explain to the people so they
I need a megaphone.
We want white. We want white. One more time. Keep them fists in the air. Don't get lazy on me. Don't get lazy on me. And let's get a moment's silence for the innocent black men that are getting gunned down. The young ladies are getting gunned down. Those queens. I need a moment of silence.
Here, I'm gonna go.
I think you're live again. Give it a second. No, listen. Don't get it twisted. I'm trying to get you specific because we want things that can be written down and given as a listen. So don't, when I say that, don't think I'm gonna get you. I want you to explain to the people.
Check. Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I want
come
you. So, yeah, so don't get it
But
twisted.
we just gotta have the conversation.
They did the same thing to me. They did the same thing to me.
I'm not standing for that. Keep them fists in the air. See, I'm sick and tired of us running each other down to the ground. I'm sick and tired of us acting like we can't have these conversations, these hard-filled conversations, these difficult conversations, these conversations that lead to change. I'm sick and tired of that. I had a 2-hour conversation before I got out of the car with my best friend and his grandmother. You know, she's in Spokane, right? And she saw the news broadcast the fact that her grandson is a looter. I haven't looted a building ever. They said when Ish the Alias was in Bellevue, he was saying that that looting needs to happen. I'm not going to say looting doesn't need to happen, but guess what? Looting does get people's attention.
You hit them in the pocket.
Right? But I'm not pro looting. I'm saying, but it does get people's attention, right? Right? And I'm sorry. And I'm gonna give us another moment of silence for the people, the innocent people that have their property getting damaged. And they have nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
Keep those fists in there. Stop being lazy.
Keep the fist up.
Now, like I said, the looting has happened. People are paying attention now. Worldwide, people are paying attention now because you guys coming out and doing this and staying together. Make some noise for yourselves. Repeat after me. One team.
One team.
One voice.
One voice.
One message.
One message.
One more time.
One team, one voice, one message.
Get the people that was talking about the school.
Now, I see a whole lot of love here. When I see you guys coming out, there's a whole lot of love here. I see that. I see that. I see the love. I see the unity. Now, the question is, the last couple of days when I've been coming out, I've been asking people on an individual level, what are you doing here? Why are you here? Why are you here? Right, so I hear a lot of different things, right? The thing is that we need to come together. We need to come together, stop dividing, right? Because we have a whole bunch of different experiences along this group of people. Whole lot of different experiences. Those experiences are fucking valid. Say they are valid. Say we are valid. And we want change. We need truth. We want change. My name is Ish the Alias. I'm so thankful for everyone coming out. I appreciate you guys. Now, the beloved Nikita Oliver is going to be coming out and visiting us today. Make some noise for her.
Give it up.
More noise. And keep those fucking fists in there.
Ladies and gentlemen, look at us. Look at us. Can you look to your left and right quick? Look to your left and right and look to your front and back. Do you understand? Do you understand that you got people around you right now that are here for the same goddamn cause you is? In America, man, especially when it comes to black lives. In America, it's very hard for people to come together and stay together. But like I said, we've been here for days and days and days and days and days and days and days. And they have always tried to change up the narrative as if we are destructive people, as if we are the ones in the stores looting, as if we are the ones who are creating the gas and creating the concussives and going home with broken legs and going home with broken spirits. Guess what? Everybody in this street right now has not shown any broken spirit. We are supporting each other for so many different reasons that he brings everybody here for one reason. For one reason, and that's Black Lives Matter. Look. There are interviews going around. Como's going around, Cairo's going around, and they're trying to help us with the narrative. They're trying to get the Seattle City Council to come here, to stand on this podium, to put their lives in danger for a second. Because we're the ones who put our lives in danger to make change. We're the ones out here during a pandemic. Well, guess what? It's 2 pandemics out here. It's 2 pandemics out here, ladies and gentlemen. And you know, one of them seemed to be a little bit of a hoax. I'm sorry if anybody lost any lives. But if anybody saw that report, it said 19,000 new cases. Who the fuck has been to the doctor yet? Ain't nobody gone to the doctor to get a coronavirus check in 24 hours. We got real life shit to deal with. We got real world shit to deal with right here. Nobody's going to no doctor. Nobody's doing anything that is going to create any problems for anybody else. We are here together. We are standing together. We gonna get city council out here, ladies and gentlemen. Do you believe me? We gonna get them to come up here, hang on to one of these megaphones, and tell us what the hell the next move is.
The biggest outbreaks right now.
Because we have shown that we can be peaceful.
Spokane
we can show that we can control the narrative. We've shown that we can stand right in front of the SPD precinct and not touch a goddamn thing.
Spokane. Yeah.
This is not a game to us, ladies and gentlemen. They try to laugh at our face as we stand at each barricade. They try to stare and try to laugh at us as we stand at each barricade. What's going on? So at the moment, this is what I got. This is the information that I've got. We are surrounded at the moment by the cops. So we need to move accordingly. We need to stand here strong until we get further information. But I need to, the main source of information that I'm trying to relay to you is that we're here right now for one reason. And your brothers and sisters are to the left and right of you. And so you need to take care of each other while we stand strong here, okay? We are going to get this information right. We are going to get this right. Whose streets? Our streets. 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 Louder! 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 Our streets. Let's go!
We're
Hey, can you guys hear me? You can't see me, but can you hear me? Yes. Can you guys hear me? All right. I have a demand, and it's in line with education. Please listen. I need you to listen. I am a mother, first and foremost. I am a black mother. I have a 9-year-old son. He is autistic, and he is a black man. Do you understand what I'm saying? I do not want my son to get a bullet in his fucking head. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is what my demand is. It's very important. I need you to listen. This building right here, they abandoned this fucking building. They abandoned this building. My demand is that they give this building to either Black Lives Matter, Seattle, King County, or they give it to a black-based organization to become a community center. We need to commandeer this building for that purpose. And they need to give that to us. Education is extremely important. I fought for 5 fucking years to get my son diagnosed with autism. They would not listen to me because they do not listen to black women when we know what's going on with ourselves and with our fucking child. I gave birth to that baby. I know. Now listen very, very carefully. It's not just the police. It's not just that. It's the education system. It's all of the systems. It is systematic. I demand that we look at that system, that we look at the education system, and we stop doing a education to jail system. It does not work. They're putting in a youth jail right now in the CD. That needs to stop. They need to use that building for the community. It should be changed. This is extremely important. The kids matter. We have to stop this. I am not in the business of giving birth to black babies to bury them in the fucking ground. I gave birth to a black man. And my demand is that we take care of them. My demand is that when black women go into the hospital or go to their doctor, they are fucking heard. So we need to look at the healthcare system to make sure it stops fucking black people. And when we go in and tell them that we have problems, they deal with it. But my major demand is that this building be turned over to black folks immediately. Immediately. That is my demand.
Shouts out to the lady who came out to speak her piece. We are going to stay on subject. We are going to talk about demands.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Tarika Powell. My demand is that we stop using the police force to take care of mental health needs in this country. I was diagnosed with PTSD after being an evacuee for Hurricane Katrina in 2005. And so it was as an adult that I learned how this country treats people with mental illness. It was as an adult that I learned how this country does not provide services, how this country locks people up instead of giving them the care that they need, how this country so underfunds mental health services. And so it is my demand that we no longer use the police force to treat people who have mental illnesses, and that we actually provide people with the healthcare services that they need by taking that money from the fucking police force.
Another fucking great demand. Stand up, everybody. I ain't against anybody speaking their mind, but I feel the power to enforce this shit right now. If I don't like it, I ain't hearing it. We gonna talk about demands. If you don't like it, fight me. Real shit. Open invitation. I'm ready to fight about what's right. Okay. So the next demand is to the Department of Justice. We're gonna go straight to the feds with that one. We're gonna have the feds. We demand that the federal government open up every case in a police shooting of a black man. We demand. This is not a request. These are our demands. Great fucking demand. Okay, listen, our next...
Hey guys, I'm a trans man. I'm white. I work in an emergency department. And there is a disparity in the number of black nurses, black doctors. There's no representation. We need to fix the education system so that they can join us and provide for their own community. We demand that the education gets fixed.
No more suggestions. All demands. Anybody else?
We demand that those of us that are black, brown, native, Latina, Asian, Japanese that are born intersex and rainbow have safe, affordable housing, and for the POCs.
I'm just telling everybody, it's just my disclaimer.
All right, everybody. For our list of demands, I suggest we look at history. This is not the first time this has been done, but hopefully we can make it the last. Now, for those of you who don't know, back after World War II, genocide was banned. Genocide was banned. And in 1951, civil rights leaders got together and they went to the United Nations and they said, we charge genocide. So I will list to you some of the demands that they shared with us back then that were ignored then.
Make sure my guy was writing everything down. Where is he at?
I'm here.
Make sure he writes it.
He's here too. Appreciate you. Good. Thank you.
Number one, we call for a decrease in all spending and a reinvestment of that budgeted money into the black communities most devastated by poverty in order to create jobs, housing, and schools. This money should be redirected to those city departments charged with providing employment, housing, and educational services. Sound good? Number two, we demand reparations for the survivors and victims of all police torture. Number three, we demand that the federal government discontinue its supply of military weaponry and equipment to all law enforcement, including all police departments. Number four, we demand that the police answer to the questions that we have posed in the interest of transparency and accountability. Number five, we call for the police to release the names of all officers involved in killing all black lives. This last demand is a new one that I have thought of myself, but I have heard from many of you as well. We would like to see all those black men in the prison system for non-violent crimes retried. We would like to see all those black men and women in the prison system who have committed violent crimes retried. And we would like to be given an opportunity at a fair trial to be reviewed by our peers. It is evident that white people and black people are not peers according to the American government. We demand a right to a fair trial. Once again, everybody, I would like to give credit where credit is due. I am a history major from the University of Washington. I learned this. There is one more thing I would like to say. We need to hold these cops and these politicians accountable for the war crimes that they have committed against their own citizens.
Make some noise, y'all! Since we're speaking about college, y'all want to talk about reparations? Y'all want to talk about reparations? Every black man, woman in America should be granted a college scholarship. That's reparations. That's reparations, y'all. This is on our list of demands. We're not asking. Y'all ain't ask us shit. Y'all took us. Y'all forced us. We forced it back. Or we're not gonna follow suit. After we get this collective of demands together, we are going to present this to the proper channels and push it. It will be our public agenda. Somebody else wanted to speak on another demand about add on to our mental health. So that's really something I could relate to, because when you're born black in America, you're subject to mental health because of the conditions and the way that we're brought up. My white friends a lot of times never even understood what the fuck I was talking about. I'd have to sit there and really argue with them about the system and how it fucks me up. So look, I'm gonna let her speak on this mental health.
I'm gonna make it very quick. Under the umbrella of mental health, we demand more accessible and affordable social work education programs so that we can defund the police and we can use them for the proper, send them out to the proper channels and not use the police for mental health. So that's...
In other words, we need special officers that are skilled and trained with mental health and mental health issues to be able to de-escalate situations of people with mental illnesses.
As a physician and university professor, we demand that our health system, training program, and universities make admission criteria to allow for similar representation of black people in the student body and among doctors. The community needs to be served. We demand that the community are served by doctors of similar colors. Black people need to be represented sufficiently in the schools and among doctors.
We're trying to abolish them. We don't want to give them. We want them gone. We're not giving them.
We're not giving the police any demand of anything to fix them. We just want to get rid of them and redo it. Let's just get that clear. We want to redo it. We want to redo. Like, you know when you play video games and you die? You just want to reset this shit, right? We want to reset.
All right, so my name is Trayvonna. I'm third generation from Seattle. My great-grandfather and my great-grandmother came here from the South. Back in the day, the Central District was the colored district. That's where black people were only supposed to be. Back in the 1970s, King County had the largest amount of black home ownership. If you go through the Central District now, you do not see that. My mother's greatest dream, and this is the only dream, is for her to buy a house in the Central District, and she will never be able to because of gentrification. So if we're going to be taking money from the police, we need to make sure that we're reclaiming the block and putting that into black home ownership and putting that into black businesses. We have black businesses. We need to de-gentrify Seattle. I'm third generation from Seattle. I lived in Atlanta for 6 years. And to see so many black businesses, to go into a hospital and see your doctor is black, to go to a gynecologist and see your gynecologist is black, to go to a lawyer and your lawyer is black, to go into your student union at Clark Atlanta University and see so many black professors. So many people that were so encouraging to me, and I don't want to cry because I'm one of the very few that are lucky enough to have the HBCU experience from being from Seattle, from being from a predominantly white area. We need to make sure that we're not only just taking care of education and everything as well too, we need to make sure we're taking care of financial literacy for black people, because that's what it is that we need. We need to put power behind economics, okay? It's great that we're over here protesting. That's great that we're donating, but please make sure you continue to support black businesses. And it's not even Seattle, it's worldwide. It is nationwide. If you're into beauty, Tokyo Tony has the crayon set. If you're into beauty, you have Fenty Beauty. If you're into hair, there has Mael Organics right at Walmart. If you're into nail polish, there are black nail salons and everything like that. And that's the thing that I miss so much about being in Atlanta, is seeing the black economics thrive. And they can do it. They really can. So make sure that you're not only continuing to support now, but after that. We need dollars. We need support. Because it's only going to take us so far. We can wait on the politicians forever, but while you have your money right here, you can go into Google and look for Seattle black businesses and put your money where your mouth is. So thank you all.
Thank you, sister. You know why? Because I said that we need a shift in the power struggle. We need a shift in the balance of power in the economic system. She broke it down in ways I couldn't even have thought to break it down. That's why I'm saying I can't do it by myself. I'm trying to enforce it because I want us to stay on topic, but I want to hear it. I want it to be real. I want it to be a demand. I want it to be something that's feasible that we can do. What she said, we can all absolutely do. We can support those black businesses and turn those black businesses from little small owned black businesses into black corporations, into the black corporations of America. Ooh, that's kind of tough. That's kind of tough, but you know what? Hey, look, that's tough. But what he said, I think it can be compensated. Listen, I feel like what he's saying is we need free labor back. Because we live in a place where I don't want to put somebody through the shit that our people went through, because it's fucked up. But look, I feel like, and listen, I feel like there should be funds set up to pay instead of the businesses paying their employees. An actual system to pay for the labor, so it doesn't come from the company, so that company can grow.
Community Labor Fund.
We know realistically every demand is not going to be met, but we are going to come with a big list. We're going to have so much shit on this list, they're going to have to give us something. They're going to have to give us something. Look, man, you guys better pay closer attention. When I say the judicial system, that's all of that. Be original. We need more things. Don't touch on the shit we're talking about already. Judicial system means everything. From the clerks on up to the judges, right? Juvenile and adult. Private. All that shit. Department of Corrections. All that shit. Federal jails. All that shit. We need to fix this shit.
Voting reform.
I'm not African American because I was born here. I'm American.
Listen. That's my
That's another thing. Stop fucking calling us African Americans. We're Americans. That's another fucking way to divide us. I was born right here. I do not have dual citizenship. I'm telling y'all, man, there's so many things. They just say, oh, this is politically correct. Well, we won't call them Negroes anymore. We'll say African Americans like we all agreed to it. We never agreed to that shit. We never agreed to that. We're done letting you give us labels. We're done letting you control the way the world sees us. We absolutely demand media outlets to be in control of media outlets so the world doesn't keep getting these fucked up narratives of the black people all around the world. Then they come here and they're afraid of us for nothing.
Voting reform.
I want to say something quick too about the demands that we are making. What I need people to realize is that when politicians come out and they make statements that they are going to respond to our demands, they use language like they're going to investigate, they're going to look into, they're going to convene a committee, and they're going to research. And what comes out of that is recommendations that sit on the shelf. The same recommendations that have come out 30 years ago, 40 years ago, 50 years ago, and they've been sitting on the shelves forever. So when it comes to our demands, one thing that you need to do when you leave here tonight, when you leave here tomorrow night, or however long we're gonna be out here, is that you need to also participate in the process, and you need to watch the language that they're using when they're trying to convince you that they are giving us our demands.
That being said, if there are any people in the real estate market that are in this crowd right now, come to the front. Share your information so you can give back. If there's any lawyers or any realtors, that's why I said just give out give all your information to him, have him write it down. I'm gonna take a copy of this, and we're gonna run it. I want everybody to put their fucking money where their mouth is. Don't come out here with these fucking resources and just put your hand up, but don't fucking give back. We're done with that. Do something. Those were demands. I'm demanding it. You can help. Fucking give him your number and help. It's gonna help.
All right, we're talking about demands. So we need some demands that are gonna make change, y'all. I demand more people step up and speak up to those around them when they see ignorance and hate. I demand that more people stand up to their bosses when they see and hear ignorance and hate. I demand to see more Colin Kaepernicks, and I demand to see more Jamel Hills. I demand our politicians stop acting like cowards and come out and speak to their people.
Hey, yo, I got a demand right here. We need to get rid of all of our for-profit prisons. How are they making money off incarcerated people, and they're incentivizing them to keep them longer? It's already on the list.
That's what I'm saying, it's on the list.
Come on.
Magic. I'm in talks with all the bikers and everything, and they were going to report to us that anything like that is happening. They have a perimeter. They're trying
Bro,
to
first you come up here talking about somebody running for office wants Jenny Durkin out. Seems like it's a personal vendetta and a way to get personal gain. We're not here for that, brother. We're here because we're black. Bro, did you forget? We're not here because she wants to be in office and take someone else's spot. We're here because Black Lives Matter. All that, she can do that. And if we feel that we're behind it, we'll get behind it. But right now, we're talking about demands directly from the people. That's gonna benefit our people coming up out of this fucking rudder, this gutter, this underclass position in life where we don't have the same chance that you got being white. So all that other stuff, bro, miss me. Right now, we're gonna talk about the issues. That doesn't pertain to black lives right now, bro. There's hella protesters that went to jail. Shout out to the protesters. You stood up. That's what's up. But that don't stop black lives from getting slain. We did say we wanted to. Listen, bro, those are the demands I already said. I already said defund them. You want me to go back? What number was that? Was that number 1? How long were you listening? You can't come with your own agenda. Feed off of the black people and we'll tell you what we want. And if you feel that we right, come on, let's push it, baby. Anything else is a distraction. Do not piggyback off of our pain. This is our pain for real. Because if you get into it with a black dude and you don't never like another black person alive, I'm still black. I can't take my skin off and just hop in my white suit and just I can't do it. I'm black. I was born black. All I gotta do in life is be black and die, but I choose to stand.
Hey everyone, my name is Fatima. I can't tell you how much this means to me, honestly. I grew up not even realizing how small I felt, how small the world made me feel. And I just have a demand on all of us, something that we can do, a battle that we can fight every single day is I want to demand that all of us commit right here, right now, to calling out every little microaggression, every little joke, every little comment out the side of someone's mouth, because that kills. Like, I can't even, that chips away little by little at your black friends, and that's one way that all of our non-black allies can use their voices is step up. Someone makes a joke, tell them, what did you mean by that? Someone says something that doesn't sit right with you, tell them that's not funny. Call them out, put pressure on them, make them back down. Thank you.
That's all good. That's all good.
It's the man with the list, man. It's the man with the list.
I'm the guy who started the list, not to take no credit. The black people of Seattle are the people who started this list of demands. I don't take no credit for that. Our number one demand is to defund and abolish the Seattle Police Department. I'm sorry, I know I should keep my mask up, but goddamn, it's hard to breathe. All right, so we're abolishing the Seattle Police Department, and we also want to get rid of the existing justice system, including the clerks, et cetera, et cetera. Now, how do we do that? Well, it's got to be decided on officially. Okay, what happened to Minneapolis? Now, it's not what you think. Hold on. When Jacob Fry came and asked a group of protesters, or wanted to speak to a group of protesters, they asked him, are you going to defund and abolish the Minneapolis Police Department? And he was not able to say yes. You know what they did to him? They sent him the fuck away. They did not fucking listen to him. And you know what happened later that day? 9 members out of 12 of the Minneapolis City Council said, we intend to abolish and defund the Minneapolis Police Department. If they will not agree to abolish the police, we will not listen. That is it. Abolishment or nothing. That's my demand to you.
And I want to tap into that for everyone who came up and had their little piece on what we need to do to the police. It's not that I don't care. It's just we don't want them there. We'll get to that when we reconstruct them. The whole point is for us to come up with a way to police ourselves. For us to have people that we can trust our lives in. It wouldn't matter if Jenny Durkin resigned if the person that took her place was just as worse. We need to fix the system.
I gotta speak up.
I don't know how many of you know about a young lady in Texas who was body cavity searched for 11 minutes against her will. Forcibly. I demand justice for her. They acquitted 3 of those people, sent them home, found them not guilty of any wrongdoing. They didn't even see court. She was forced for 11 minutes. What's her name? I don't know her name. They didn't give it. Yeah. The article that I saw, her name wasn't released because she's a victim. She did a CNN interview about it. There is no way that anyone has a body cavity search for marijuana, by the way. Marijuana that at the time was legal in many states for recreational use. She waited for an officer, a female officer, for an hour and a half to respond so they could violate her and rape her in front of her fucking other officers. The lady did it while the guy is shining a fucking light on her ass. Watching! If you think there isn't a problem with the police, you need to do your research. They violate our rights, and we allow them to continue to tell us how to live. This is the lie.
So what she's saying is, all of the harassment and sexual harassment allegations by the police around the world, around our nation, need to reopen their investigations on every single incident. Write that down. Write that down.
Her name is Natalie Sims.
Y'all stand up for Natalie Sims. Because that right there is enough to give somebody mental anguish. That's enough right there to damage a woman forever. And then that's our mental anguish we have to deal with.
Okay, I'm going to be really quick about it. I just wanted to say when we talk about abolishing the police force, we're not talking about reconstructing another police force. We're not talking about a softer policing society. We're talking about building a society that does not need policing. So I just want to make sure we all read on what abolishment means and read a lot of black women who put work into this concept to get it into the mainstream conversation. So let's not butcher our words and say we're going to create a new police force. It's going to be another kind of policing. We're trying to create a society where we don't criminalize being poor, we don't criminalize having mental health issues, and we deal with the sickness in our society head on. And if it's not already part of our demands, I just want to make sure we keep the people that have been organizing around having no new youth jail. They're building a new youth jail. We want them to repurpose that space, that money, and help youth that are in danger of going to prison and not facilitate that punishment system. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
I don't think she understands when I say creating our own police for our own people. I mean, let's be honest. Just because majority of us feel like this is wrong, there's still people that are going to do things that are going to be needing punishment. So we have to have a system in play to be able to police them. That's what this is about. It's not about trying to make a police station and make another police force and put the same people in it. No. This is about changing the whole system. This is about reinventing the whole system from scratch. This is about being able to take everyone accountable, make everybody accountable for their actions.
I'll talk about voting reform. Like race choice voting. Like if you want to vote for Durkin versus Newman again.
Well, what about elections rather than C-elections?
And how do you want an election in? Right choice. Why you have everyone up here running?
Selection instead of an election based on people who are already pre-selected.
Hi everybody out there.
I don't have a voice, so
I'm an artist.
If you can throw that in there, that would be great. Because I think people miss that concept.
Everybody safe and everything. You guys happy with the demand so far? Everybody agrees that's what we need. It's fine. Thank you. What I want to demand from everybody today, I don't think anybody has touched on, bro, which is really the core and the most important part of all this shit that we're doing right now. I want to demand everybody, bro, to continue to commit to coming out here in peace and unity. Hold on. I know you're feeling the part, but I want you guys to feel me on that, because this is the most important part. All this shit that we're doing is important, but it doesn't matter if we're not still together like glue. We got so many different races and different kinds of people out here, bro, that we would never cross paths with on a regular basis. Because we came together, that's why they're acting how they're acting. And I need people to really understand that. I'm demanding that you guys commit. Demanding that you commit, bro, to coming out here with peace and unity. You see what happened to them when we stayed peaceful? Look at this. This whole block that got stretched out for you, bro. I want to demand you guys to really start being personable with the people that you come in contact with. Don't just hide. How are you doing? No. How are you feeling? What are you doing today? If they're doing something educational, hey, can I come with you? I want to learn too. Iron sharpens iron, right? We all know something that somebody doesn't know, right? So I demand you guys to be personal with each other and teach each other, bro, to keep that glue and that unity and that peace, okay? That's my demand for us as a people. Because our demands don't mean shit if we don't commit to that one demand of staying together. They dismantled us, taught us some bullshit, and they fucked us up last night. I see more people out here than So, I'm demanding that you guys don't let that shit happen again. That shouldn't happen, bro. It happened because we let them tell us whatever. Why the fuck are we listening to them when they're lying to us in the first place? I'm demanding you guys to trust your brothers and sisters around you, because that's what we are. None of us asked to fucking be up there. None of us asked to be in this life that we live. We're here, we're a part of it, and we're here to change it. And that's the demand, right? Hey bro, I'm gonna end this. We're gonna end this on something light. It's something I wrote. It's in the song. If you guys wanna know.
We're not doing that. Because all they're going to do is turn that against us. It doesn't matter if we got a good message or not. We're going to keep it straight on the rules. What we're talking about is the fucking issues. That's it. We don't want any misconceptions. We don't want you to think we're here for this or that. We're here only for the purpose of change.
Because Black Lives Matter!
I keep telling you guys, bro, that's not our, that's, no, it's not, bro. Not for us, bro. That don't represent us, bro, and what we're talking about, bro. Because if she resigns, who's gonna be in her spot? So that's not our, no. See, people are fucking crazy. Listen, when we say we want to change the system, I mean we want to change the system. Not get one person off who's just a spokesperson for the system. We need to change it. That means restart. Yeah, we can. Y'all see this? They told us to leave and we're still here. That is not what we're here for. That's what I'm saying. Why do you guys keep coming down? You're the second white person that try to push this Jenny Durkin resignation on us. You're not gonna use my black face or my blackness in your fucking agenda. No! That is not a demand that we're seeking. We seek a whole justice system and our whole way of everything to be changed. That means start over. Not just take this person out, no. Yeah, man, but you gotta look at us, bro. When you're, listen, I don't want to discourage anybody white from having an idea. But make sure your idea is something that directly is for the black people. Or your demand is just not what we're talking about right now. Keep that shit in your bank, and later on, we'll get to that subject. But right now, we're talking about what we're talking about. Don't detour me from what I'm trying to speak about. Don't stop what we've got going. I just seen a big-ass fucking list of hella demands, and everybody's feeling this shit. 30 so far.
What's good, people? I'm extremely proud to see everybody out here, still out here. Everybody that I've seen out here every day. It's a beautiful thing to see the community come together and fight for black lives. With that being said, my demand is for all of you out here, especially my black brothers and my black sisters, to take a second to check in with yourselves and make sure that you are good. Because you have experienced so much trauma over these last 11 days and so much generational trauma over these last 400 years. So I need you guys, I demand you guys to please check in with yourselves. Make sure you're okay. If you gotta take time out so that you can stay strong. And I would also like to demand that if there are any therapists or any mental health professionals that are in the crowd, to please make yourselves be known and allow people, if you want, just to give an ear for a little bit. Because I mean, you guys have been through a lot these last 11 days, and it's really beautiful to see what you guys have been able to accomplish, what we've been able to accomplish, and we just got to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves. So that's it.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you coming out and saying something. That shit means something. I ain't trying to cut y'all short, and I know, man, y'all used to everybody just letting you talk, but fuck that. We're talking about the problem. I'm gonna push the line. If you don't like me, fuck you. I really don't care if you like me, but I love my fucking people. I don't say this shit to be mean. I say this shit because I'm stern. And sometimes you need a gangster to lead the shit. Sometimes you need somebody that's really ready to go there to be in the front line. Sometimes you need somebody who's gonna keep the shit straight and narrow. Somebody that's gonna tell you the truth. We're going straight to truth. No other agendas are going to be pushed. Not while I'm here. Do that shit when I'm not here. Magic ain't here. Push all the funny shit you want to push. I don't care. But I'm not supporting it. I'm only supporting shit that's some stand-up shit that's going to change this shit. All right? I'm trying to change the world. I want to change the world. We want the world to change. 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 Listen, y'all. I'm not one of these dudes that's just getting up here talking. Look, I've been to the penitentiary, all right? I had a college scholarship that I didn't get to use because I went to the penitentiary. You feel me? An academic scholarship. Not for sports. Not for sports. I speak for the real people, the people that have no voice, because they've been stuck in a judicial system, trapped. I speak for them. How many of you people know what JPay is? I give so much money to my people on JPay. I'm just telling y'all honestly. I be on Corn Links talking to my family in the federal institutions. You feel me? My cousin's in jail for making a call to connect somebody to buy drugs. He didn't even do nothing. He got 5 years. You think that's fair? But a motherfucker can kill a black man and get nothing?
I'm gonna say, hey, I want to claim victory today. I want to hear you say victory. Victory! 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 Hold on, I got this. I'm here to talk for me, okay? We gave you a chance to talk, and I'm gonna ask you to give me a chance to talk.
It ain't no victory. The cops are still out here doing it.
The victory is, my victory today is, yesterday we were on 11th and Pine. Today we have victory on 12th and Pine. They tried to stop us, and guess what? The mayor said they couldn't. They had to stand aside, and we have victory today. We have won victory today.
You are right. Victory! Victory! Victory!
Anyway, let me finish my speech, and I'll give you yours back. I'll give you back the bike back. You know what I'm saying?
You're right. You're right.
I'm gonna accept this little victory, and I'm gonna thank the mayor, and I'm gonna thank the chief of police, and I'm gonna thank the decision makers for clearing out the National Guard that was wasting their time up here, and our money, our money, our money. They are gone. They are back in Vashon Island, heading back to where they belong with their families, y'all. I had nothing wrong with the National Guard coming watching the police's back because they were scared, and it's a good look to be scared. If you're the fucking Seattle police, you are a scared looker, and it's a good look. Do you understand that? That's why you finally have to back up, and I'm standing here claiming victory! 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 Stop feeding our kids the pills! I have 3 boys. One just graduated Sumner High School. Devon Lamar Lewis. I have Dominic Hazen Lewis. He's got my middle name. I'm Werner Lewis. Hazen Lewis. I got DeMontre, my oldest son. They're all working in factories down there in Sumner. I'm trying to get them to the military. Get them that money, get them started, so when they come back, they can jump to any apprentice list they can. Carpenter, they can do what they want. Electrician like I do. Laborer, I don't care, just work. I'm out here to show them that we can claim victory in numbers, and we did it. And we will not stop. We are free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we're free at last.
Hey, wait. No, wait, brother, wait. Hey, brother. Hold on, brother. Brother, I wanna make a public apology, because I ain't perfect. You are fucking right. It's victory. I'm not perfect. See, this is why you need people like me who make mistakes. It's all about taking accountability, though. Because you open my eyes, bro. You open my eyes. To me, so I can look into it through your eyes, brother.
victory. Can y'all say change comes now? Change comes now. Change comes now. Change comes now. Y'all know what we did on this block? We made change. Y'all know what we did on the block? We took a stand. Make some noise. We showed the brutality that this police department put us through. Peacefully, make some noise. We held this down and made change. Peacefully, make some noise. This is why we're here. We're here for change. Today is a celebration for a moment that we held down as a city. Y'all make some noise. As I've been saying for days now, this change does not stop here. We don't go back to the old normal. We don't go back and think about all of the shit we've done before, because change comes now. So let me, hold on. Let me make sure we understand. Yeah, I got you. He said, do I want to take over for a minute? I'm like, I'm right here. So what's going on right now, y'all? We are creating unity on this block right here. Y'all say unity. 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 Unity is also about representation. And in that spirit, if there's anyone who knows ASL, anyone who knows sign language, if you could come up to the front, just let me know. Come up to the front so that we can make sure everyone hears this message, all right? Y'all say message. 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 Today we have one message. 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 Now, we had one demand.
Nah, bro, you're
Hold
late.
on.
You got a big list, bro.
Hold on, okay.
A big list.
Let me go through these demands that we had.
No, listen, bro, we already got a whole... Hey, Unity. Hold on.
Hey, Unity, baby, come on.
Let me clarify, okay? I hear you, 100%, okay? One of the demands we had was to make sure that barricade came down so we could come together, is that right? Yes. And we made that happen, is that right? Yes. And do we have more demands? Yes. Do we have more demands? Yes. Do we have more demands? Yes. Brother, what are those demands?
We have already set the demands, please. We've already set the demands. We are trying to add on demands. If you don't have any to add on, please step away from the microphone. If you have demands to add on, please step up to the microphone. You said you have one?
Wait.
I'll be quick. My name is Sean Jones. I'm a personal trainer in the area, my demand, first off, if you're a white ally, don't be turned off by all this energy up here. All right, this is people angry. All right, a lot of emotion. All right, a lot of emotion. My one demand is I just want transparency on where the money is going, our taxpayer money, where is it going in terms of schools, all right? My mother sent me to O'Day High School. I was in the school district for Renton High School. I wonder why she didn't send me to Renton High School. It all is going to start, I feel like all the systematic things will end when we begin with the source, which is education. All right, so I want transparency on where the tax dollars are going in terms of where the funds are going, which school. You could probably say what I'm saying much better. All right.
So, literally what he has right now is one of the most important things. He has an understanding that this is a systemic problem on so many fronts, y'all. This isn't just about what we experienced here. This is about educating our youth so that they can change the world even better than we are now. This is about making so many changes across the board. This is about making sure people have homes, that they have access to food, that they are supported as human beings in all of their endeavors, in their arts, in any of their creativity. We have so many demands for all of the money that we are taking away when we defund this system. Exactly, thank you. When we defund, that budget needs to be redistributed to our communities, particularly the ones of color. So here's what we're gonna do.
Look, bro, go read the list and then come back. He's okay. Read the list and then come back. Let me get people that want to talk. Read the fucking list and then come back. So we're not fucking going over the same shit over and over. We need to move forward.
All right, I just want to make a demand. I want us to decriminalize protesting, and I don't want us to be able to get arrested or get beat up anymore or get tear gassed or any of that shit just for being out here talking about what we know needs to happen for us, the people, the citizens of America.
We're representing the people, bro. I don't really care about any other person like that says they're a leader if they have to get called down here. You're not our fucking leader!
I'm going to step back.
Because the leaders is everybody out here that's showing up. There's no one fucking person that is designated to lead us. We need to stop empowering people who do not lead us. I don't want to hear another name about another person who ain't been out here all day. What the fuck is that? Let's keep the momentum of what we're doing. And they can come and join in on what we're doing. If they feel like they want to be a part of this shit. I am tired and sick and tired of people in positions trying to use their position to be the leader. But you're not here with the people, though. We don't respect that. I'm from the streets, into the pen. I represent the people. And I still, when I got out the penitentiary, I turned around and started donating my time. Went homeless and everything to volunteer for the kids. Give it up for the Motor Fest Peace Center. That's where I was doing it. All these other people talking about this and that. You don't get shit from I got another demand, y'all. I demand more funding for all medical departments. Out of our money from the police department, we are going to put some of that towards medical funding. We would also like a council that will look into equality in the medical field for people of color. Yeah.
Nice sign. That's cool. Neon sign, yeah.
Of violence against their citizens. Be retried. All of them.
Hey, my name is Samir Rodriguez. I work on environmental justice. And if you are black, you are worse impacted by climate change. We never had another hurricane Katrina. Never another thing. The whole legacy of segregation in our country, redlining, that is connected to the quality of your air in your water. We need our government to address environmental
Cameras are blacked up. Barricades in front. A couple got short on my camera. How's it going? So I'm gonna turn down, there we go. A little better balanced. I need to start wandering home. They're going to keep on coming up with demands, and I'll give you a little picture of the outskirts here. Tons of people streaming, a lot more famous than me, so I'm going to bow out. It was cool to be here when that was happening, so happy to get it done with all these people. Yeah. This is Cal Anderson Park, downtown Seattle, Capitol Hill. Seattle was just barely ready to enter phase 2 COVID de-distancing or COVID recovery. We'll see where we're at next week. I think everyone on Capitol Hill already had it. It was the densest. We had a lot of service workers here. We've got a lot of people who are already self-isolated, a lot of people who eat out, order out, and otherwise have been exposed eventually. So it's been a busy 2 months. I've got Seattle DSA here. I'm gonna swing by. That's one of the things I wish was on the demands is voting reform, because we've had a series of bad political choices in front of us, and it always comes down to, you know, giant douche or a shit sandwich. We need some something better.